Whispers of Greystone Hollow. I bought Greystone Hollow for $1. The ad said, three-story Victorian mansion, coastal woodlands, structurally sound. Must be moved within 30 days. It sounded insane. But the property taxes were paid through the decade, and no one else had made an offer in 10 years. I was broke, burned out, and desperate for change. There was a catch, of course. No history records, no original blueprints, and the man who finalized the sale told me not to stay overnight. "They don't like strangers," he muttered. Then he left without shaking my hand. I thought he meant rats. I was wrong. Greystone Hollow sat like a forgotten lung in the woods, half swallowed by ivy and shadow. The driveway curved upward like a broken spine, and the forest pressed close on all sides, watching. The front door was unlocked. Inside, the air smelled of mold, cedar, and something metallic. The furniture was still there, covered in sheets, like someone had planned to return. The silence wasn't empty, it was listening. And I think the house was deciding. I started cleaning room by room. Most of the furniture was antiques, the kind people pay a fortune for in auctions. I considered flipping them, but something about the house made me hesitate. Like selling anything from it would be a violation. Every room had its own personality, a memory trapped in air. But one room was different. The second floor, end of the west hall. Door painted shut. When I forced it open, a gust of freezing air hit me. It wasn't just cold. It was wrong. No furniture inside. Just a child's handprint on the window. Too high for any child to have reached. And when I blinked, there was condensation. From the inside. The first night I stayed late, I heard whispering. Not words, just intent. It came from behind walls, inside floorboards, under the stairs. I kept telling myself it was the wind, or old pipes, or my nerves. Until I heard my name, clear. Software right in my ear. I left the house without locking the door. When I came back the next morning, everything I had unpacked was neatly put away. Folded, dusted, arranged. Someone or something was tidying up. I didn't mean to go into the attic. The door was always stuck. But on the fifth day, it swung open like it had been waiting. The attic was bare, except for an enormous wall-mounted mirror. Ornate frame, blackened silver, cold to the touch. And in it, I didn't see myself. I saw someone behind me, a woman, pale, in a dress older than memory. When I turned around, no one was there. But in the mirror, she was still watching. There was a room on the third floor that wouldn't open. No matter how hard I pulled, the handle wouldn't budge. I tried keys, screwdrivers, brute force. Nothing worked. That night, I dreamed of a woman humming. When I woke up, the door was wide open. Inside, a child's bedroom, completely untouched. Toys stacked on shelves, a porcelain crib, a rocking chair gently swaying. There was no wind. I left and locked the door again. The next morning, it was open, and a stuffed rabbit sat in the hallway. I started hearing footsteps at night. Not just one set, multiple, sometimes quick, sometimes slow. Pacing. Once I found a coffee mug on the kitchen table. Warm. I hadn't made coffee. Then came the knocking, always at 3:33 a.m. 3 sharp knocks on the front door. When I opened it, nothing. But the mirror in the hallway always fogged up afterward. And once there was handwriting on the glass. "You're not alone." I found an oil painting behind a boarded-up wall. It showed a family of 4 in front of Greystone Hollow. A man, a woman, 2 daughters. The woman in the painting was the one I'd seen in the attic mirror. Someone had scratched deep lines across her face. When I touched the frame, the lights flickered, and I heard humming, the same tune from my dream. I started hearing a child's voice beneath the floorboards, not crying, not talking, singing, the same verse over and over. Sleep now, hush and hide. When I crouched to listen, I swear something knocked back. Not from below, from inside the walls. I caught it by accident. I was brushing my teeth, tired, leaned over the sink. In the mirror, I looked up. My reflection stared back, smiling. But I wasn't smiling. Then it blinked, and I didn't. I backed away. The light in the hallway turned off on its own, and from the mirror I heard a whisper. "She's almost ready." I started sleeping in the guest room on the first floor. The upstairs mirror made me feel watched. The first night downstairs, I locked the door, propped a chair under the knob, just in case. At 2:41 a.m., the chair slid quietly across the floor. The doorknob turned, softly. Something knocked once. I held my breath. A voice whispered through the keyhole, "Come see her." I started seeing her in the woods, only ever from the third floor. A little girl, pale dress, dark curls. She stood by the tree line, always looking up at the house, at me. I tried to film her, but the camera wouldn't focus. Once I blinked, and she was at the window, on the inside. The master bedroom had always been ice cold. One night I lay on the bed wrapped in 3 blankets. I was drifting off when I felt it. A breath, hot, from under the mattress. I jumped, peeled back the sheets. Nothing. But the imprint of a small body rose in the fabric beside me, as if someone had just lain down and sighed. I finally went to the local archive, tried to find Greystone's history. There were no building permits, no blueprints, nothing official. But a librarian gave me a newspaper clipping from 1923. Entire Hollow family missing. House deemed unfit for the living. It had a photo of the house, and I swear, I saw myself in the upstairs window. The stairs creaked differently that night, like something was beneath them. I pulled up the carpet, pried open the boards. There was a box. Inside, 4 porcelain dolls, a child's lock of hair, and a letter addressed to whoever wakes her. I didn't open the letter, but now every night I hear the creak of the stairs from below and someone whispering, "You read it anyway." I finally opened the letter. The ink was brown with age, the handwriting sharp and elegant. "If you found this, she's chosen you. There is no escaping her now. You must finish what we could not. Sing to her, calm her, bury the mirror." Sing? The tune came to me in a whisper, the same lullaby the child sang through the floor. That night I sang it aloud. The house exhaled, every door opened at once, and from the third floor came a child's voice. "Almost ready?" The attic was colder than ever. The mirror stood untouched, but I saw her clearly now. The woman, standing behind me, watching me, smiling. She placed her hand on my shoulder. The mirror cracked, not a reflection, a barrier. Something moved behind the silver, like a room beyond the glass. And from inside she stepped out. She wasn't alone. Behind her came others, figures without faces, hollow shapes wearing human clothes, dolls that walked, shadows in the shape of children. They surrounded me in silence, and she said, "We remember you." She reached for my hand, and I gave it, because I remembered her too. They walked me through the mirror. On the other side, Greystone Hollow was whole, beautiful, warm. Laughter echoed, candles burned, music played from a distant gramophone. Children ran up the stairs. One turned back, the little girl in the woods. "Welcome home," she said, and the mirror closed behind me. I don't know how long I've been here. The house never grows cold. No clocks tick, no sun rises. We smile, we dance, we remember. Sometimes the mirror glows. Someone new appears on the other side. They walk the halls, hear the whispers, feel the breath beneath the bed sheets. And when they open the letter, I whisper, "She's chosen you."